Hey, Mike, I know the playoff odds are a little bit slim right now. Could you just speak though to the benefit of finishing the season strong, with a couple or couple division wins, winning record, that sort of thing?
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously, like you said, those things are incredibly important, and it's certainly important to who we want to be as an organization and as a team, moving, and especially what we want to be moving forward. I think to be able to be a true professional, you have to be able to put your best work in the hardest times and the biggest times of adversity, and certainly we're going through that right now. Um, but I believe that this team is capable of great things, and you know, obviously things didn't go our way this past Sunday, but we got to put our best foot forward for these next two games and certainly finish the season on a great note.
Chris?
Yeah. Hey, Mike, thanks for doing this call. What do you guys got to do? You've had some offensive lulls in the last couple games, trailing 21-0, halftime Detroit, minus 15 yards of offense, third quarter against the Patriots. What do you guys need to do with these offensive lulls to get some more consistency and more rhythm in the offense?
Well, I think it just comes down to execution. I truly believe that. I think it comes down to everybody being on the same page and taking the opportunities that are given to us, whether the right play call, the right defensive look, and capitalizing. Obviously, we didn't do enough of that in the last 2 weeks, and it certainly hurt us in a big way. And it's a matter of playing consistently. It's a matter of playing with great detail and knowing where, how to protect better, how to run the ball better, how to, throw the ball where it needs to be, how to get open better, whatever the issues have been. It's just about doing it better and being more consistent, because we've shown great things at times on offense this year. And certainly was a huge part of the reason why we turned this thing around. But we got to be more consistent when it matters the most.
Parker?
Yeah, Mike, I was going to ask you about, you mentioned the protection and just ask you about that in particular on Sunday night, especially because it was a little unique in the sense that like late in the game, it almost seemed like you guys protected better when they knew you had to throw the ball to try to get back into it. So I guess just your impression of the way you protected overall Sunday and the way that trend line sort of been in recent weeks.
Well, certainly it wasn't good enough. It wasn't good enough as a group, as an individually for myself. It's all got to be better. It's a tough deal. I mean, they had a good plan. I think they rushed a lot. They blitzed quite a bit, and they made us have to be perfect, and we didn't do that. And unfortunately, it hurt us a lot in the way that we operated on offense. And it just, the bottom line, it just has to be better. And our group's capable of that. And I think we have a lot of really talented players. I really believe in the group, in our room, and the way that we've done things at most of the time this year. I certainly believe in the two coaches we have leading us on the offensive line. And it just plain and simple, it wasn't good enough.
Finish us off, Mike.
Yeah, Mike, more specifically on your offense was you kind of had two games there. The first three quarters, when you're trying to run your base offense, that didn't go so well. And then the fourth quarter, when you were behind, it's almost like, that's when you guys really kicked in. Why do you think that was? And, is there anything about the fourth quarter that can carry over to the overall game?
I think the spontaneous nature and the way that we played those two quarters, certainly we've been pretty excellent this year in the 2-minute type of drill and those kind of drives. And I think Russell has certainly exceeded in that aspect throughout his whole career. But I think what it really comes down to is just being better on first and second down and allowing ourselves to be able to convert third downs consistently. I think if you can't stay on the field, then you really can't get a flow of the offense, and you can't really open up the things that you want to do to attack a defense. And I think that's where we have to be better as a full offense. I think We have to be better, being able to, you know, in the long situations, protect, convert, all those things. Short situations, be able to run the ball when we need to. You know, the mid and in the middle ground, we just haven't we haven't had that flow in the last 2 weeks, and it certainly is the thing that allows you to sustain drives and allows you to build momentum throughout a football game. And I think it really just comes down to that.
Mike, thank you so much for joining us today.
Right. Thanks, guys.